be honest, whatever you pick second is probably likely to not get finished, or we're doing an abridged version of it. Yes. We're gonna have one more, but we lost the last session, and it was kind of structured where like we knew we would likely lose one somewhere. I want to see my friends and pretend to beat people more often. Stop choosing those people, and that's a problem. You have to be mindful that you're not being super biased about it. Oh,
I
the
didn't know if we were
captions.
live or not.
The captions.
Okay,
How you doing? We're gonna play some.
oh my
Burn
god, the
today.
captions.
I'm
I just saw
Nat.
the caption.
I
Sorry.
can't watch the captions because that bloody Borat advert's playing again.
The captions
Well, it just
just
said
said
poop,
poop.
poop, poop,
Every
poop.
one of those boobs.
There we go.
I'm Nat. I'm here with Izza, Drac, and Admalee. We're gonna play some Burn, Bryte, the trio Bryte. This is our second to last episode. We've just had a nice little kerfuffle down in Cyprit Prime. You can theoretically see on the screen. There's like, it's eaten. This line of red is the burn.
Oh yeah, it is.
It's gone.
Oop.
So
I think
now
it's-
our
I blame
little ship
Helion.
here. That's reasonable. Sorry, it's just be mean to Izza day for me.
Yeah, we were playing Among Us before this, and Nat killed me so many times. Like, it was definitely targeted.
For the meme.
Do the meme. Okay.
No, actually, today I think we're gonna be picking on Zaspert the most, but we'll see.
Oh, thank
how
God.
that goes.
Yeah, I guess. Just because I was a great imposter. Except for that one time when I came out.
Alright.
One time when I
music.
saw you vent in front of me, and then you
I
let me
can be a
run
good
past you
imposter,
to go
like-
and call an emergency meeting.
I could be a good imposter. Like the last round I played was an example of that, but then after it was like, oh,
Let's
but that
be
was just
frank.
something I couldn't fight that. I couldn't. There was nothing I could say.
If I may be frank, some people are like commenting on the overlay. Yes, it is so sad.
yeah,
This is
it
our
is
second to last
gorgeous.
time with this
I
overlay.
am so in love with this overlay. It is like so my aesthetic vibe. I love it so much.
You know, but like, so Abby made this overlay. D8-bit gaming, lovely person, excellent. If we ever run more Burn Bright on Chromatic Chimera, you know, it might.
You might
get
see it
used to
again.
Never know. Never know.
Hopefully.
All right. So, where did we leave off last time?
Well,
no, I can't remember.
we had a spaceship fight, but also like a virtual reality Tron fight at the same time.
And also emotions.
And also
Yeah,
emotions.
there were emotions. Some of them.
Yeah, y'all won the space battle with emotions. Emotions.
Which was weird. There was also, some
Emotions.
like coming to terms with how Ex Ignis killed Helion, but
Yeah.
for her own good. Literally. I know that sounds
Well,
weird, but when you peacecraft,
yeah.
things are different.
Yeah.
It was like it was the right move, and she knows that, but also she had like a passenger in her cockpit storage unit. I don't know what
Yeah.
they call it at the time, and Ex Ignis did not know that, so presumably that person is now dead. Oop.
I'm happy to inform you that since last episode, that person has gained a name.
But they're dead now.
But they're still dead.
but they have sisters, one of which is helping you in your medbay right now.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
may be.
Wait, does
are we gonna
Zasper know?
tell
I
her?
can't remember if Zasper knows.
Zasper does not know yet.
Okay.
Speaking of things Zasper doesn't know, we ended the session on a long-range
Yeah.
communication from Brelcott from the Order of Heroes saying that the Omniscient that they broke out of the crystal on the moon of Cyprit wants to talk to you.
Yeah. That's gonna be
Why?
interesting.
Oops.
That's what
Going
Zasper
to-
doesn't know.
We're going to the Murtath system next.
Find my notebook.
Yes, the Murtaugh system, the home system of the
Yes.
Zavoid, the necromantic slug species.
And we're
Love the concept. Thank you, James.
ridiculously
Love it.
close to the burn again.
Oh, I wonder.
I want to punch the burn.
Do it.
You know,
I mean-
that might be more viable than you realize today.
Just want to see what happens. What happens if you just stick your pinky in the burn and then run away?
Sporzords. Sporzords are what happened.
Yeah. Also, if I may boost up my own character for a second, Ex Ignis is now discovering more about his past, considering he has no memory of it. Because someone from his past, as an assassin, has now contacted him and agreed to meet on Murtath. So I'm terrified.
And Helion's just chilling under her new identity as Helion 420.
Yeah.
We love
You
to
did
see
that.
We did that. We made it
It. We
happen.
love to see it.
Look,
This campaign.
Me and Adam Ali are a lot happier about this than Drac and Matt are.
Yeah. Don't worry.
I'm just-
I'll kill you. I'm sorry.
I
I'll just
don't
blast you
even-
out of the sky. It's fine.
I don't even really like the 420 meme, but I very much appreciate the fact that I could make it happen for Izza.
reasonable.
I knew that if I was gonna make a Peacecraft character who had a number at the end of their name, I was like, I don't want to make it a meme immediately, but I want to like make the joke that, oh, if they died again, then it would become a meme. Not expecting that Adam Ali would just kill me at some point to make it happen.
We did kind of suggest. We also had a suggestion for our ship name to be Legion 68. So just like we're not actually going with a meme, but like the meme is like we're Jason. We're meme adjacent.
Meme adjacent, yeah.
The thing that kills me about the ship is that the ships don't even actually sequent. Like
Yeah, they don't. It just
That was
It's
just
just
based off of me
68.
doing it.
Yeah.
It could be the 68th version of the ship. Maybe we've blown up the ship a bunch of times.
Yeah, maybe.
I haven't
You don't
been on
know.
the ship for that long. What
Yeah,
happened?
I mean, Helion and Zasper were working on that ship together for a while before Exignis came back. So like,
And to be honest,
we could have
and
blown it up
Zasper's been working on
67
the
times.
ship. They've been working on the ship before they even met Helion as well. So like you don't
Yeah,
know.
it's been plenty of chances.
Anyway, let's actually play a game.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
I mean, we can just talk about
Alright.
playing the game for.
I was
3 hours. I'm fine with that
distracted
as well.
because I realized the music was playing twice.
Oh.
Because I
fair
had two
enough.
Roll20 tabs open, so I had to mute one.
So anyway, who wants to stream
Yeah.
some Among Us?
All right, so we are going. We're coming back on Legion 68, your spaceship. The long distance communication from Brilcott did not give a reason for why the Omniscient wanted to talk to you, but it did give their name, Corre.
Why?
And it's a long distance comm, so you can't just chat back. It's like you can
Yeah.
send a message.
I'll.
But we are actually going to fast forward slightly because we want Izza to exist.
Do we though?
I mean.
I mean, according to our game of Among Us, you literally don't. So.
In physical space.
Well,
Also,
guys,
the stream's
anyway, I guess
over, so
that is
thank you
done.
for
We're
joining
playing-
us. That's it. That's all. That's everything for Bryte today.
Sorry,
So go follow Chromatic Chimera on Twitter.
I had to go get a stronger drink.
No, that's
I'm
fine.
going to get attacked like this. What were we talking about?
We
Among Us.
fast
We're-
forward because we want Izza
Yeah,
to
for fast
exist.
Okay, fast forward. So we're gonna fast forward to so you can see on the Roll20 map where the arrow begins is approximately where you were last session. We're jumping forward to getting close to Murtath, but not there yet. Hellion got an express ship from PAX, Peacecraft Homeworld, back to meet up with the group, and in fact that gives you they actually allowed you to have a little personal shuttle with enough fuel to get there that they do not require you to give back immediately. Let's say they don't want you to just break it.
This is Helion's
But-
personal shuttle now. She will be painting it to match her color scheme.
Sure, it's like set the thing to go, jump on the outside, paint it as you're in space, fly it.
Yeah. By the time she reaches Zasper and Exignis, it's orange.
Oh god.
Is it just orange, or does it look better than that?
Oh, it's orange, but with like cool blue highlights and stuff on like areas that are raised. You know?
It has like some blue streaks.
Yeah.
Does it have racing stripes?
It has racing stripe. Maybe some cool hot rod flames as well.
You have to. Probably didn't even. It has a spoiler now as well. It never had
Yeah.
one at the beginning, but for some
Welcome
reason.
welcome to Meme Bryte.
So in Burn Bright, the term bright refers to a period of time, like an eon, like an era of time. So I really kind of want to make a game. Izza would have to be invited, just called the Meme Bright, which like this is the era of memes. but then actually work in actual memological theory into the game's structure.
I am
Too
so
good.
down.
Anyway, that's not the game we're playing today. So we are going to begin on just a little docking sequence at speed with the little racing stripe shuttle. On an offhand, call it Blue Streak, and the Legion 68.
So they'll get like a subspace message. What are we calling it in this
I mean, some people, I
sci-fi
guess.
thing? Yeah,
they'll get close enough,
a-
you can just radio them.
Yeah, whatever. They get an audio message from Helion, just like, "Oh hey, what's up, guys? I'm here. Do you like my cool new shuttle?"
Oh god, this yeah. It doesn't look tacky at all. We're
I know,
we're
right?
coming in to
I
pick you
chose the
up.
color scheme myself. Anyway, I'm ready to dock. So
Lexi, do you think you can orient us a bit better so you can catch them in flight?
Already on it. We should be able to connect easily in Sector
somersault
5.
with the shuttle before I fly into the docking bay.
Oh wow.
Where the docking bay is on your ship, don't question it. We have a map. I don't see any place for a docking bay, but
We have one.
dock.
We have one.
You dock.
It's bigger and it's TARDIS technology. It's Time Lord technology. It's bigger on the inside.
Mhm. Also, currently full of people, but it's
But,
fine.
yeah.
There's still space for me to dock the shuttle somehow.
We don't breathe oxygen, so whatever.
No, actually-
I
actually,
can
no,
connect
actually-
externally.
I got it. It's like the Firefly, where the shuttles actually connect externally, which Adam Lee
Oh,
just
yeah.
said.
Oh, that's-
I'm just bad at
Yeah.
listening.
I'm that smart, you know?
Right.
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
The doors open. Got that characteristic hiss of air, and in a completely height-appropriate chamber for Hellion for once, because this ship was actually made for Peacecraft. The door on the Legion side ends at like your chest.
Yeah. So she just like ducks down, folds her wings down to like
Physical comedy
scoot
is running.
underneath.
Yeah.
But then she like stands back up to her full height, and you can see it is pretty much like the same frame she had before, but like the breastplate looks like slightly thicker, sturdier. Everything just seems to be like a little bit more robust this time.
You look upgraded.
I know, isn't it great? Should be able to take a few more hits next time before you have to shoot me.
Yep. Yes.
Thank you,
Good.
by the way.
I still think Zasper's upset about it.
I'll talk to them.
Thank you.
I think Zasper is probably up at the helm still. I don't know what the space term for it is. I don't know. I just went with helm. And just like keeping eyes on everything. Like, just I think they're just trying to keep distracted because they're kind of worried. They have no idea why this I guess essentially like almost godlike being wants to speak with them specifically.
So along that line, I want to ask, because we did jump forward in time, but that doesn't mean you didn't do things. Did
Yeah.
you send back a message? Because you can do long distance communications from your ship
Okay.
too. It's like phone. It's like mail kind of, just faster.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
I want to
yeah,
send back
they
a.
would have.
We should do this.
Zasper, I think out of curiosity and just like also just general worry because like having like an omniscient in their hands seems a bit dangerous since they had a gun and clearly weren't able to use that very well. They'll say like, yeah, we'll meet up. But can you ask why they want to speak to me specifically?
All right, and I'm gonna say for drama's sake, you have not gotten a response to that message yet.
Okay, and that would explain why they're still at the helm, like just sitting there, probably waiting, hoping for some kind of response.
I think Lexi's hanging out. She has that thing where I say, "Am I grounded?" The body's just like slightly more rigid than a naturalistic person, but they're still like a sentient creature. So it's just doing like stand, full back straight up. doesn't eyes don't wander like normal persons do.
I think they kind of just they're almost tapping, but it sounds odd because they're made of bugs. So it's like a million, like a few hundred bugs just lightly tapping against the table, and just without looking at Lexi, but they know that they're there. Do you know why? Do you have an idea why they want to speak to me specifically? I don't think I've come across an omniscient like that before.
Omniscients are rare. And you, as special as you are to me, Zasper, I'm not sure you're special.
No, I'm many things, but as far as an omniscient is concerned, I don't think I should be special either.
Maybe Brelcott's lying?
I mean, that is also a possibility. Wait, we still have the above game. Can't remember if we did. Did we launch the gun? Did we like shoot into the burn?
Still have the gun.
It, right? Okay.
But also on top of that, there's very little reason why Brelcott would think you still have it. You seemed very dead set on getting rid of it, and the planet you left literally got eaten by the burn, so you have ample opportunity.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I can't think of anything, but I mean, I guess the only way to find out is to meet with them. You know, let's keep that in mind for now. Do we know where we're going to be able to drop off all our passengers? Do you think they will allow us to drop off all our passengers at Murtath?
I've been communicating with Murtath Control. This is not the first bundle of refugees they've had to deal with because of the burn. So they have some systems in place. It shouldn't be much of a problem.
Okay, sounds good.
They are worried about the Sporzoid crystals.
Yeah.
As they're warned by Delian.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to make sure that's dealt with. Have you stopped losing people?
I want to check like my counts. Have I lost any from? Because I remember we had like some dropped off from the fumes. Have I lost any?
That's actually. I'm gonna just say, Drac, it's your call. Have you continued to lose beetles?
Oh.
Are you interested in that plot line?
I'll be honest. I'm kind of curious about it. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna say like. Yeah, I think there's some of the outer ones. So I think that like. They're made of like entirely of these beetles, and obviously there's some on that right in the core, and there's some that come out and more in the outer layer. I think they lost some on the outer layer again, probably like 10 or 11. So yeah. No, yeah, I think we're still dealing with that. We have a doctor working on that. I probably should check up on everyone else on the ship, though. If you can do that as well, if you don't mind, Lexi, I should probably check on anyone to see if anyone else has crystals forming on them, and we can keep them in the med bay.
You have been for a while.
Yeah.
If you remember correctly, you actually vented the air in the cockpit, the sector 1 of the ship, to be able to give them clean air from the crystal fumes. Since then, you have dealt with the external crystallization on so I never actually named them last time, but the Magenta Orand, the old wolf muzzle driftling, and Krivok the Kithuk. The driftling's name is Memories, and the Orand's name is Vala, but they're fine now.
Okay.
And yes, I named the cat. I named the furry character Memories. Fight me.
I'm guessing it's a Cats reference.
Yep.
Okay, I haven't watched Cats. I don't know.
Don't.
I haven't watched the movie or
Also,
the play, so the musical, so I have no idea.
Also, the green and white Dr. Kithuk is her name is Krell.
Crap. Okay.
You've also at this point probably heard of her sisters, Free, Mel, and Liddell.
From the way she's spoken about them, would I know which one is the one that helped us?
Oh, you haven't really figured that one out yet.
Okay.
Also, this is a good point to mention that no one's told you that the one who helped us is dead.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna make sure above games so I can make sure to bring them up so I can make all of you feel guilty.
So I think right about now, there is a donk approaching the cockpit. Although you do have to go through the airlock section to get in there.
Yeah.
And that you can see there's a little viewport, and you see Hellian's like hip.
Just like instead of knocking on the door, she like bangs her knee into it. I think that's something she always does. Just like, hey, it's Asper. You in there?
Yeah, I'm in here. Hold on. I was like, open it up for her.
She ducks underneath. Wings fold and then spread out again. Hey, how you doing, buddy? I'm back.
Yeah, it's good to see you back. I mean, we're doing as good as we can. I think I gave you most of the updates through the space, the virtual space. But yeah, no, I'm still losing beetles, and they kind of like pick up the few beetles that like dropped and crystallized. And like I think I'd like contain them. I'd probably like have some kind of. I think it's been happening for a while, like while I'm waiting for this message back. So they probably have like a container, just like put them in and like a petri dish with a lid and just keep them in, just to make sure like they don't no fumes escape or anything like that. But
Are you
also doesn't want to disrespect Ed.
Lexi is going to just put a hand up. Says, "I'm going to give you two a moment," and she just disappears back to MI space.
okay? Are you okay? Do you feel unwell with this happening, or is it just happening?
It's really hard to explain. I am over 100,000 individual. Well, not over 100,000, and it kind of gestures to the dead, the crystallized beetles. I'm a bunch of. We're all fairly individual, but not at the same time. So it's possible for one of us to feel unwell, but for Zasper, and he gestures to themselves, to feel fine. I feel fine, but we don't.
Okay. I can understand that.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Are they? She'll like look at the dish or whatever it is that they're in. Are they like still alive, as in like moving like the sporozoids came to life on the planet, or are they just sort of like solidly crystallized?
That's a good question.
They have not come alive, but they have solidly crystallized in much the same way.
Okay. So they could just come back at any moment. They're obviously tiny, so I mean, I hate to sound insensitive, but should we just crush them? They're crystal, they're tiny, they're inactive.
No, yeah, no, it's fair. It's, if anything, these tiny things will probably be a bit more dangerous if they were alive, because most people probably won't notice them crawling around. So
Without a way to reverse it.
Yeah, at least not now.
We're getting a long distance communication.
Oh, okay. Okay, just answer the just answer the.
As usual, it'll be a couple minutes to decrypt.
Okay.
While that's happening, I just wanted to say that I know the way me and Ex Ignis operate might seem unusual to other people who aren't Peacecraft. So just him doing that was actually helping me a lot.
You two do a lot on my ship, and for the most part, I am fine with it. I consider you both friends, but in that case, and in most cases, I'm still the captain of this ship, and I would like to at least be told of what you're planning to do.
Oh.
If Exignis asked me to use the gun on my ship, which I agreed, because I assumed like what I've been doing the whole time, they would fire at the crystal being. But they went and used this gun on my ship and shot at you without giving me any form of heads up, warning, or even considering maybe thinking of another idea together.
I see.
I understand that life is so... It's a lot harder for you to lose it. But not everyone's like you, and at least some kind of heads up, some kind of warning would have been nice.
I've been waiting outside this entire time. If I may, I apologize, but at the same time, I wasn't killing Hellion. I was stopping her from dying. That's the difference.
That's right.
I understand that can be... It's not harder for us to lose. Look, we as a species we avoid violence, for the most part, but we regularly throw ourselves into more trouble than we're worth. So, sometimes it's an afterthought to tell people what I'm doing is saving a life, not ending it.
Yeah,
but regardless... Sorry.
No, continue.
You're right. I should have been more upfront about it.
If it helps, I consider what they did a mercy, because if that thing had killed me instead, then I wouldn't have come back.
No, I'm glad you did come back. Just
Me too.
What we do is a team thing. If we're ever going to make a decision, and regardless of it not as big, and I feel like that is a pretty big decision, run it by the rest of us, please.
Okay.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Communications decrypted,
Perfect timing. Thank you, Lexi.
isn't it?
It's almost like it's a show or something.
Lexi, why do I feel like you were
Lexi,
holding on to that message for longer than you intended?
She manifests and kind of kicks a foot behind her. Goes, "Look, I thought you were having a good moment. I didn't want to interrupt." And she gestures at one of the screens, and it appears an image of Brelcott, with his ear band and his blue Oren crystal structure. The Omniscient has been a little unforthcoming about details. When asked why you, it responded by saying that Vila wanted you.
I'm above game. I'm trying to remember if I know anyone called Vila.
You do. Vila is the Ronan queen who got eaten by the burn.
Yes, of course. Wow, how did I not know that? Okay, yes.
Spicy.
Oh boy. Okay.
So spicy.
If that's
That's
enough to
what-
interest you, we can meet in orbit around Murtath.
Am I remembering correctly who that is? Zasper?
I think Zasper is kind of like it's frozen, just staring.
You okay?
Wait.
She's dead. Yes.
She.
You want me to play it again?
No.
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 The Ronan queen who got eaten by the burn. Hellion.
Yeah,
He shouldn't.
that's what I was hinting at.
Oh,
But I would have.
I know.
Wouldn't I know if she? I think just immediately presses the, immediately sends a message back saying, "Yeah, no, we'll meet you in orbit. Just we'll get there as soon as possible, please. I need to see my queen," and just sends that.
And then you get another long distance comm back that had been sent just on the heels of the last one. And Lexi puts up on screen and you see Bryte again. Oh, I forgot to mention, it wants just you alone. Hope that's okay.
Well, that's suspicious, in my opinion. Just saying.
Yeah, but what if it is? What if it's true?
I mean, you told me she was eaten by the burn, right?
In all scientific testing, nothing has been able to send information back after entering the burn in any format whatsoever. On the other end of things, we have reasonable science to suggest that this omniscient has connections to the burn that are deeper than normal.
And
That's true. And I mean, our species cheats death all the time. Who's to say that there isn't more to the burn than we can currently comprehend?
to be frank, no one understands why no peacecraft have come back from the burn. Traditionally, we would have had enough time to put forward, our personalities into a drone and have that be sent back to PAX, but it's never happened. In fact, we've been completely erased from the main server. Seemingly impossibly.
yeah, but there are some people who believe the burn. People who survived the burn, they go past the burn but just can't come back. Maybe they're still out there. That I need to find out to make sure this isn't just about me. This could possibly be about every Ronan that is still out there.
I fully understand that. I'm just a little wary of sending you in alone.
Do you want and I tap the side of my head where the camera drone resides?
I mean, sure. That actually reminds me. Helen, can you kneel down a bit, please?
Oh, yes, of course. She just crouches down.
And Jasper just pokes the side of Helian's head, and just a bug crawls in. The other one.
Hey,
the other one
buddy.
kinda got lost in
Pats
there.
the side of her head. You'll be nice and safe in here.
The side of my head pops out, the drone flies out, and I just grab it.
Yeah, I think this will. Do you mind if I?
Okay, it's fine.
Okay, and he puts it inside themselves. Just kind of keeps it in there.
Out of curiosity, so those advanced cameras are telepathically controlled. Are you giving Zasper the thing that lets them telepathically control it, or are you maintaining access of that?
I think what I'm doing is maintaining access. Just even if Zasper can't send out a message that way, I'll know. And I can run over.
Zasper can still grab the thing, point it at face, and go, help.
Yeah.
But also you can use the bug to do that. I think this is if you can't even use the bug.
Yeah, it's
Fair.
more for visuals as well.
And everyone here has access to the feeds at all times.
Except when they're jammed.
Yep.
Yeah.
And y'all can make memes of them whenever you want.
Yeah. Should we? No, I'm sure everyone's feeling a bit claustrophobic. So let's land on Murtath first and just let everyone off, and then
Go back into
orbit. Yeah.
How is Murtath doing in terms of burn and Croach?
Well, you can see on our lovely little screen on Roll20 how far it is from them. There's this little piece of burn right next to Murtath, That's because the burn isn't just a two-dimensional map, because our map of the galaxy is two-dimensional, but the burn is 3D. So there's like a pillar of burn that connects through over there.
Yeah. Ooh.
Ooh,
Oh,
okay.
spicy.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's where the okay.
Murtath is one of those planets that has a lot more space, that has a lot more room for people than people, because most of the Zervoi left as the burn approached, and also as they became a more spacefaring people. It's just kind of a quiet little corner homeland where they came from. It's a lot of like suburbs, like a lot of suburbs. slug
Planet of
birds.
Karens.
Oh, I think in
Slug
that
suburbs.
case,
Slug birds.
I think in that case,
Slugbirds?
Zasper.
Sluggerbs. Maybe
Oh
sluggerbs.
god, I hate it. I think in that case, Zasper would probably be like, do we want to? The burn is still very close to Murtath. Do we want
That's
to
what I
drop
was just thinking.
them here? I mean, I think at the end of the day, it is up to them.
There are daily shuttles coming out, and they can spread themselves out more with them. All we need to do is
so-
make sure that there's...
What Murtath communicated to me was that they would meet us with shuttle. They request we enter orbit and stay there for at least 4 hours while they have shuttles come and take people.
I'll take them.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
However,
that's perfect.
we now have our own little shuttle, thanks to Hellion, so we could go down to the planet during that time.
I need to go down to the planet.
Also, of course, there is the Sporzoid concern, although we are,
Yes.
hopefully, if Celian's a person of their word, we won't be on the manifest of concerned ships.
That should be
Yeah,
good.
I'm not holding out too much hope for that, to be honest.
Yeah, but we should probably do a quick once over the ship again, just to make sure there's no stray crystals, because I doubt that anyone at Murtath will hesitate to shoot us down if they notice any.
So are we going to dispose of... Should just point to the crystallized bugs?
That's what kind of like the closest to a sigh you can 100,000 bucks can do, like a little buzz of a sigh and just nods.
Tasper,
Yeah.
what do your people do when they're...
Usually it's just a simple kind of burial. We I mean, we're from the earth, so we kind of give back to the earth. But I mean, we can't really do that here.
Will a cremation suffice?
Well, I mean, depends. Will the cremation deal with the burn's effect on it?
I was going to suggest that we pulverize them first, and then...
That's what I was going to suggest as well.
No, yeah, I think yeah, it's best to at least keep the rest of us safe.
I pull up an image of Murtath's main son. If they have more than one son, I assume they have one son.
They have one son, but it's an odd color. Adamally, what color is it?
It's purple.
Excellent.
Aesthetic. Love it.
Well, it's an odd color, and that's not a color that sons normally... You know what? Forget it.
Fine.
We could cremate them in the sun.
Yeah, I think yeah, it's fine. And that's what kind of hands the petri dish to Exignis, I think.
The way that Nat just responded to that makes
Yeah.
me scared.
Yeah, me too. In fact,
Pay
Hellion
no
was...
attention to the man behind the curtain.
Oh gosh.
I mean, I know they're tiny, but is there... And I was genuinely going to say this before Nat reacted that way. I know they're tiny, but is there any chance that just throwing them in there could have any sort of effect? We just saw that the moon on Cyprit was sort of connected to the crystal
Yeah.
creatures.
I think there may have been because the Omniscient is connected to the crystal, and because the burn and the Omniscient was on the moon. And buried underneath it, crucially.
That's true.
I mean, we could also, I mean, as far as we're aware, just as long as these things are dead, they don't have So if we crush it, would that just be enough?
It seemed to work for every other Spore to come across.
Yeah.
Shattering them seems to work.
You can shatter them and just keep them in a petri dish somewhere safe. 1 for further research, and just 2, so it doesn't get somewhere it shouldn't.
I'm down to step on them.
Of course you're down to step on them. It's very satisfying, although concerning to know that when Hellion comes back, Hellion is still Hellion.
They don't change your brain module. Just got a thicker breastplate.
I mean, seemingly they've changed mine. I used to be an assassin. Can't even think of doing something like that now.
Look, it's obvious that whatever happened to you was a mistake. We will figure out a way to fix it.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
You don't need to apologize.
So, we're going to do a little bit of fast over time, getting to Murtath. However, I don't know if Hellion had any interactions they wanted to do with Griza, because I believe he owes you something.
Oh god. Please remind me.
The lily seeds from Cyprus.
Ah, yes.
Because you were trying to preserve that aspect of the lost planet.
Wait, why was I going to Griza? Because wasn't I going to ask the passengers on the ship if they could give me some?
You were also planning on doing that, but Griza, part of a deal you made for I think it was part of the gun deal, was going to provide that some of that as well.
Oh, okay, cool. Izza forgot that. Helion would remember. So yeah, I guess I use the ship to contact him, or can I use my space
on
phone?
your ship.
Wait, he's on our ship?
Yep, he's on your
Why
ship.
have I forgotten all this stuff? I thought he was on his own ship. Oh wait, no, because Zasper like picked him up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. She'll go find Griza. She'll look as menacing and tall and powerful as possible as she approaches.
Griza is hanging out, having a good time. Him and some of the other passengers have constructed like a ping pong table, and he's currently just schooling some people at ping pong. Uses like
Wow,
three
you're
paddles.
very
all these arms.
athletic. Yeah, very athletic.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
Hi.
so I was wondering if I could still get a hold of those lily seeds from you.
Oh, of course. Let's go somewhere approaching more private. He starts walking towards the front of the ship.
Sure, we'll follow.
And Zelk, his nephew, starts following, and he kind of just waves him to stay. Zelk still holding the gun from before.
It's not necessary. We're all on the same ship, okay? He's not going anywhere. And she just turns around and goes, unless I shoot him out the airlock, and then turns and walks very quickly.
Zelk just like gives Griza this look like.
Zelk sleeps with that gun.
So you find yourself not in Sector 1, the cockpit, but it's like near the door to it, because everything else is kind of full with people. And even that, like you can look down at the lounge areas and there are people there. So, I know I promised you some seeds and stuff, but I'm gonna make an offer to you.
Okay.
The Thazcott clan, our little family, is in a little bit of a rough spot right now. You know, our home just got eaten by the galaxy-ending apocalypse.
Yes. So did
And-
everyone else's on this ship.
Yeah, I'm not saying like we're special. I'm just saying like we're trying to look out for ourselves right now. And so I was hoping I could offer you something of equivalent value. Because what we have a lot of is money. What we don't have a lot of is something that sets us apart. And if we can be the people who take these seeds and actually find a way to grow these lilies again, look, I'm saying I'm willing to take on that project and profit from it, and I just don't think that's where the perspective you'll be taking.
That's exactly our goal here. We were supposed to deliver the seeds to other facilities around the galaxy where they were attempting to grow them.
I think you might be missing the goal I'm projecting, which is to then profit from it.
Yeah, I had gathered that.
Well, so you're just gonna like give it to some museum or something.
Biologists and scientists who know what they're doing.
Yeah. Non-profit stuff. I get it. But we have some opportunity to make something special out of it.
For you only.
Look, I'm offering you 40,000 Argent. I'm not trying to hide my intentions here, and if you turn me down, you know, that's how it is, but
How much of a stock of the seeds do you have? Can we split it?
see, but then if there's competition out there.
But there won't be, because the people we're giving them to aren't trying to profit from it. They're just trying to preserve your culture.
$50,000.
Can I telepathically communicate through the worm, or can only Zasper do that to us?
I am not familiar. Based on Adam Lee's finger movements, I think it's one way. You're also like in your ship. I'm assuming you can take out your phone, your smart slab, and go Zasper. But like that's
yeah, I know. I
obvious.
just kind of wanted to do it without him noticing. You know what? This was a mission that all three of us were on. I don't feel comfortable with either accepting or denying this on my own. So I hope you don't mind if I just message the other two quickly.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll just talk to my people, you know, check if Zelt's gun is still doing just fine.
I'm sure he's not. There's definitely something wrong with him.
That was a joke. Oh, he... Be nice about what you say about my boy. I got a lot less family left these days.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry.
Anyway, go talk to your people. It's fine. I got a thick shell.
Okay. I'm assuming, are the other two still in the helm?
It's probably the common area where you spend because you're the only people who can be in there due to oxygen requirements, and
Yeah.
Right.
two of you are giant robots, so it's kind of a space-saving measure.
Yeah, Helion will just go find them. Just spoke to Greaser. He's offering us 50,000 Argent instead of the seeds. He wants to, attempt to grow them himself, profit from them. Doesn't seem particularly keen on us taking them for our initial intention.
Yeah. I mean, 50,000 is a lot. But,
But that was our mission, and
yeah.
If we wanted to make Argent, we would be doing something other than this.
Yeah.
Helion, you get a little drink text message from Greaser.
what does it say?
65,000 final offer.
65,000.
Oh,
I'll give him this. He is persistent.
I mean, that'll be. Could
So
definitely do
my
some repairs, but
yeah, I still want the seeds because I don't trust his intentions with them. But I'm aware that that could be... My feelings on that could be a little caught up in the guilt over the fact that I had all the flowers on me when I died, so it's technically my fault that we don't have the thing we were on Cyprit to get.
No, it's not your fault. I don't think any of us actually expected to be met with crystallized burn creatures. So, I mean, yeah, no, that wasn't on
No,
you.
we knew they were there, and I knew I was going to fight one while I had the flowers in my storage. So
I may have not known, but I'm the one who did shoot you, so I would claim responsibility for that as well.
We came to have, our job was to collect the lilies, and we tried to do that. We came across an obstacle along the way. It's not any of our faults. But no, I do think I don't trust Greaser at all. So no, 65 is a lot, but we need those seeds.
I agree. Okay. I text him back. We want the seeds.
Text doesn't go through for some reason.
Fuck this dude. You're gonna go back down to the common area.
I don't know where he thinks he can hide.
Oh, I'm gonna go find him. Just gonna go back to the common area where I left him.
So as you come out, he just puts up like all of the arms on one side and goes, "Wait, before you answer."
Greaser,
70k, right?
you're gonna say
75.
70,000? 75. We want the seeds, Greaser. We just want the seeds. Look, I would be willing to maybe split half of the seeds and half of the money you're offering, but we want at least some of the seeds.
It's okay. We'll find some other venture. If we split it up, then there's not enough of a corner on the supply. It's not as worth as much.
There are a lot of people on this ship who also have seeds. Maybe you can all work together. You are from the same planet after all.
Maybe. Well, I'll be right back.
You'll be fine. You've still got 75,000 Argent after all.
Yeah.
Did he not have the money on it? Did he not have the money? He was just giving us bids.
Oh, and by the way, I'm coming with you while you collect them. Just, you know, for assurances.
Here's some cabbage seeds.
Yeah. It's like the episode of Space where they think they're buying weed, but they actually buy oregano.
So he goes. So he goes back into the main area of the ship. Goes actually down to the entrance to Sector 5, puts on a breather mask, and enters the airlock. He looks at you. Come on.
Okay. Why do I not trust him at all? Ex-Ignis, Zasper, are either of you free?
Of course.
He walked into the airlock. He's like, coming with me or not? Like, ready to close the door.
I rush over to the airlock.
Zasper's busy being a captain. They're doing captain things, it's fine.
That's fair. The two robots will go into the airlock.
It's kind of cramped. Oh, yeah, I guess.
We're used to it.
Come on. I'm not.
You've been on the ship for how long?
Point taken. Come on. We enter in, the airlock cycles only for him. Fucking robots.
Did he say that?
No, Nat says that. Enter Sector 5, and he goes into behind your fire suppression module, and goes and grabs a climate sealed case, and just holds it out to you.
Take it and open it and look inside.
You go to open it, he's like, not here, not here. There's no atmosphere.
But didn't you say the air pressurized for him?
Yeah, the airlock, but he's like on in Sector 5 you had to vent the air.
Oh, sorry, I forgot. Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any way for me to
When
check
you-
that this definitely has the seeds in it without just opening it?
You could go back into Sector 4.
I'll
Okay.
wait here. It's fine.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go check. Also, I've seen seeds from the lilies in the herbalist shop, so I would know that they were the right ones. I'm assuming.
Totally.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we're gonna go back into sector 4. and quickly
Greaser goes
check
with
them.
you because he doesn't want to just hang out in the
No,
depressurized sector of the
You can
ship.
stay with me. It's fine.
We can just head back now. I gave you
No,
what was.
We're going to.
We're confirming that you've given us the merchandise we
You're
want.
not about to space me, are you?
Let us be frank, Greaser. We don't trust you. So we're confirming that you're giving us what you're saying.
I've done nothing but make honest deals with you. I paid you to deal with a weapon that Ark had, and when you convinced me it was a moral issue, I offered to still pay you to get rid of it instead of giving it to me.
Speaking of which, where is that payment?
Oh right, yeah. You pulled out his smart slab, pushed a few buttons, and makes a little flick towards Exignis, and you get 10 grand.
Nice. Yeah, we still get money.
I'm just gonna add that to our sheet.
Okay, so 65 grand final offer. All right, don't worry about it.
Yeah, do these look like the correct seeds?
Yeah, you open it up, and they're nice, preserved using like this special gel. There's dozens of them.
Great. I'll close it again, make sure it's all sealed, sort of lean back in and be like, we're all good.
You know, I have to admit, Greaser, it's not really you. It's the fact that every single time we enter a room, your nephew holds a gun at us. That puts a little bit of a darker tone on things.
I'm sorry, he's just a... Someone's got to watch after him.
Part of me wishes that we had children.
You've never expressed anything like that before. Okay.
Freezer just puts one of his larger arms on your like leg and says, "That got really deep really suddenly, and I don't think we know each other with that kind of severity. You have not unlocked this friendship level yet. You should talk to..." Points at Hellion.
It was not an opening of discussion. Goodbye, Greaser.
Yeah, we're going
Hellion's
in
just
the same
kind of stood in the
direction, so
door,
it's like-
stood in the doorway, head cocked, looking at Exignis in like complete confusion.
Exignis, we're going in the same direction. You can't just say, we have to both go through the airlock together.
The weather's nice, isn't it?
We're in space.
The stars
the shimmer
are
of
nice,
the
aren't
the shimmer of the burn approaching.
they? It's gorgeous, I imagine.
All right, and the door opens, and he just fast walks away. Like, I gotta get away from these weirdos.
You know,
Oh,
there
he
are
thinks
no-
we're weird? He thinks we're weird?
Yes, he does.
Judgy,
I mean,
judgy,
you kind
judgy.
of are very weird. That whole interaction was very weird.
Shh, you pile of sentient bugs.
I mean, at least we're not.
Can't use that
awkward.
against them.
At least we're not awkward.
Yeah, Helion just stays there, staring at Exignis, arms folded. You wish you could have children?
Sometimes, some days. Why?
No, it's just not a thing for Peacecraft. I don't know.
That's my point. Sometimes it's the absence of something. He expresses concern about his family, and I wish I had something like that.
Well, we have each other.
Well, younger family. You and I are not only the same age, but we've experienced the same battles, even if I can't remember them.
Well, I was built a few minutes after you.
Are we really arguing who's older right now?
Sorry.
What are you, organic twins?
You think Zasper's bugs argue about who's older and therefore who is in charge?
Yes. all the time. I'm pretty sure when you hear them angrily buzz randomly, they do that. That's exactly what they're doing.
I would like to mention that Zasper is the perfect example of harmony amongst hundreds of thousands of creatures. They never disagree.
Uh-huh.
All right. We're gonna jump forward. We are going to be getting to approaching Murtath. Notably, time has passed now, and which means y'all have recovered all your negative conditions, all your health levels, all that shit. Your ship does not. Your ship has to dock and get repaired for. You have to pay 500 Argent for it. But
More than enough.
everything else.
Pennies. Tuppence.
I am doing that right now. Health levels back to 5.
I actually went through y'all's character sheets and removed any negative conditions that were remaining because I just had the time while y'all were gabbing.
Yeah. There we go. Legion's updated.
Oh yeah. So as you approach the ship, not the ship, the planet. Planets and ships are different things, Nat. As you approach the planet.
If you really think about it, are they?
Yes.
Approach the
Traveling
planet,
through space on a rock.
Ignis, you get a text-based communication from Hunter with just a Murtathian address.
Would you like to join me, Hellion?
In fact, it's actually just
Sorry,
a street intersection.
Oh, street intersection.
Shady. Out of character, Exignis did tell. Sorry, it's been 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I have a brain like a sieve. Exignis did tell Helion about the message he got, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Did he tell Zasper?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I think
Just want to make sure,
Lexi
so I don't know. Okay.
did. Oh yeah, Exignis told Helion before they got back to the ship, right?
Yeah, and I think Lexi knew too.
I think I remember Lexi mentioning like, "Are you're lying to Zasper again?"
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I just
It
forget
was
things.
not
I want to
that
make sure I'm not saying the wrong
passive
thing.
aggressive, okay?
No, I think
It
I
was
think it was
kind
pretty
of.
passive aggressive. Yeah.
It kind of was.
So in response to that, Helion is just like, "Well, I'm not letting you go alone." But shouldn't we tell Zasper?
You get another
Tells-
text message that says alone.
It's like he knew.
It's almost like it's a show or something.
But I'm really enjoying this meme of like the follow-up messages that contradict what's
Yeah.
happening.
Well, I'm not letting you go alone.
What do I tell Zasper anyways? I not only have I lost my memories, but I may be an assassin. Also, now I'm meeting with some shady other assassin who tried to give me it's far too much for any one person to understand. Never mind 10,000 insects.
Well, frankly,
barely
both of you have been told to go to your respective meetings alone, and I'm feeling a little left out, so I'm going with one of you. Either way.
Alexi's gonna pipe up and say, it could be valuable to have somebody stay on the ship if things get hairy. We have enemies here. And if I'm alone, I can't operate many of the facilities of the ship in a combat-centric way.
I want to go and see cool, exciting things, Lexi. Fine, I'll stay on the ship.
I'm just saying, if Celian tries to blow up the ship while we are while all of you are gone, we will be a sitting duck.
That's true, and blowing up Celion before he can blow up us would be very exciting. Do you think Zasper would be annoyed if I did that?
Yes.
So I just wouldn't tell them. I'm kidding.
I'm getting really confused of whether or not Zasper's in this conversation.
No.
I don't think I am. No.
Okay.
I was imagining
assumed
this
that
was
wasn't-
like while
yeah.
we were still in the near the airlock. Sorry.
Yeah, I think that wasn't.
Gotcha. We did jump forward to actually like coming into Murtath spaceport to dock.
Oh.
I think in that case, I probably wouldn't be there. I'd probably be helping with just check it basically up front or as up front as I can. I can't remember what section we've entered, but as up front as I can, just checking if the docking procedure is going well, basically.
Yep,
Doing
yep.
captainy things. So I wouldn't be around.
Okay, Lexi, I guess it's you and me. Girls' night.
What is that thing you're doing with the face? Is that like a normal thing or?
That's,
I don't know. I don't even have a mouth.
It's something that like driftlings do in a lot of their forms. They will curl up the sides of their eating orifice to signal happiness.
Well,
Like
that's
this.
incredibly creepy.
It's very
Sometimes
unsettling
sometimes
when you do
they
it.
show their masticating dentures.
Why?
Why? Helion has a mouth, so I don't know why she's confused by it.
Ex Ignis has a grill.
Yeah, I
Nothing
know.
else. Like, and one of us is just a bunch of bugs with I'm assuming proboscises. Like,
Okay, well, Lexi, you and me can discuss that topic more on our girls' night.
Excellent.
I look forward to it.
So here's the thing: you do only have one shuttle. So is the plan to have Relcott pick up Zasper, or is the plan to swing by and have Ex Ignis go down planet side?
I think that the latter seems right.
All right.
Hmm.
Anything else you want to do before you leave your ship? Talk to anyone? Make someone feel guilty about some people dying? Anything like that?
Yeah,
you know what,
Helion very
now that you mention
pointedly
it,
hasn't told Zasper about that yet.
now that you mention it, I'm going to the med bay to see how everything's going there. Cause I don't know if you said that they're fine or not. I'm just gonna go to the med bay to see how everything's progressing.
Let's just say Helion might have gone there too if Drac wants that to be the case.
Yes.
Memories, Kivok, and Vala are all there with Krell, the doctor, and she is looking them over, giving them final checks as you come in. Like, well, 3 of our 4 patients seem to be doing just fine.
Okay, perfect. How about the 4th?
She looks at you.
Oh,
Any updates?
yeah, no, it hasn't quite stopped. I don't know. I don't think we haven't pulverized the crystallized bugs yet, have we? So I
You
think
can if you want to. It can have
Okay,
if you want
yeah.
to. Depends on whether
Yeah,
or not you
I
want to do
think
that.
I'll
we've
say
done
we
that
did,
off screen. Yeah.
I think he pulverized
Helion
it, but
just
I think they
stamped on
kept
them.
it in like.
But we
the
don't
Petri
need to
dish.
broadcast a bug funeral.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Why not?
I think we crushed it, but Zasper kept them in a petri dish mainly for like research purposes and also just to make sure it doesn't end up somewhere else in the ship.
Nice.
And just holds it up like, yeah, no, it hasn't really stopped. It's still going, and they placed the petri dish down on the table. Do you think you can help me out? I might be a bit more complex than just one being. I'm 100,000, nearly 100,000 bugs.
Yeah. Medical processes are different for Ronan in most circumstances. I can look at these and try to do some tests on whatever this is, but be careful, and Murtath is on alert about this Sporzoid issue, so try to clean up after yourself.
Yeah. Again, would I have like a spacesuit?
We figured out last time that you have like something about the size of a deck of cards that projects the force field around you, so you can be out in space.
Why don't you take another one of those dishes with you, and then if any of them do crystallize, you can just pluck them out, put them in the dish, and keep the dish inside you so that no one can see them.
Yeah, I think that'd be best. But also, again, I also mentioned the spacesuit or like force field. Would it, if part of me did crystallize and like fall off, would it go through the force field, or would the force field kind of contain it? Is it just purely like an energy force field?
The force field is engineered that like non-atmospheric things and like slower moving objects go through it just fine, so they would fall out and get left. But you can just pay attention and grab them.
Yeah. I think Zasper is aware enough of their being that they'll probably notice whenever it's like one suddenly disappears and drops off. So yeah, I think they'll get a fresh petri dish and just hold it up. Just make sure if any more of me passes, be sure to pick them up and keep them away. But after we have a few tasks to do, I need to meet up with someone. But when I'm back, do you mind checking up on me properly?
Of course.
I'll pay you.
I mean,
obviously not. I'm not gonna ask for your services for free.
I do kind of owe you my life on a certain level. Like, you know, me, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for your little ship, probably.
Yeah, and we don't do it for that. So I don't want you to pay me back, but I should pay you for your services. So with the prices, I'll make sure to match it, but thank you.
Right.
We just came into
Unrelated.
some Argent.
Ooh. Unrelated. So when we first leaving Cypher, all the comms were jammed and long distance communications take a while. So I tried to reach out to my sisters, and well, now it's been long enough that the comms shouldn't be jammed anymore, and I'm still not getting through.
To any of them.
Any of them?
I'll see if I can reach out to some of
you
the
see
side.
someone that looks like me and talks like me, and you know, let me know.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm pretty sure I met one of your sisters. I don't know if you told me the name. I don't think they introduced themselves. They seem they're the type of medic who doesn't seem to really care for names, just to help people, which is honestly quite nice. They helped us out quite a lot.
She kind
I'll
of
reach out.
eccentric and have a stick that she.
Bob's
Like my
people
doctor
with.
stick.
Oh.
Oh no.
Hellion? Have you?
Hellion, if you don't want to, I could.
No, it should be me. I don't know about the other two, but I'm very sorry that I know that one of your sisters probably didn't make it off the planet.
So probably didn't make our plan. I mean, we're pretty scrappy. Like, how certain are you?
Yeah, no. Didn't we? We have had people on shuttles
Zasper.
like.
Don't. Not right now.
Oh.
She kind of looks at Ex Ignis, almost like silently trying to say, like, should I go into more detail?
What happened?
So when
During
we
the fight with the large mech-looking Sporozoid, the one that was the statue of Lucky Star 13, I aimed a shot, and I missed. Unfortunately, she was caught up in it. I didn't see her body. I couldn't tell you if she definitely survived or definitely didn't, but I wouldn't consider it likely.
You missed a shot and you hit her shop or something?
Yes. I could happily roll to see for you.
Please,
like.
please. I think also one of the other social skills might also work because you're trying to like spare her feelings also.
Oh,
It is
lying
true.
to me as well.
I feel like I can tell you the truth later, Zasper, but I feel like right now it's clearly
Yeah.
awkward enough. Somebody needs to stand up, and it's gonna be me. I can roll empathy. I think I'm being empathetic towards Hellion, really.
If you really think it's empathy, you can do that, but that's your call. If you think that that's how that rolls.
Yeah, I think it is. Complexity 2, would you say, or do you want to bump it up? It is valid to bump this up. 3? Okay.
That's a
Oh,
success.
pass, right?
Success.
Breathes.
I'm so sorry for your loss, for my actions in causing it.
It's quiet, and you can see her hand tightening on her stick. You grind against the floor slightly as it turns. And there's a moment where you almost feel like she might reach out and smack you or something, but then it passes.
She helped us a lot after the first battle with the Sporozoids. She was a very good person. I'm sorry.
She looks at Ex Ignis and says, "You need to be more careful where you're firing, okay? But I know the heat of battle happens and things happen.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm very sorry.
Be alone.
No, that's fair.
Oh, I don't know. You go. You have all your stuff. That's not what I mean. Just like, it's just we're always so close. We would mail each other things and stuff. And if I'm the only one left, I'm not sure.
There
I'm
were
ready
other
to
shuttles,
be
and you have other sisters.
alone.
I'll see if I'll reach out to any of the shuttles. I had a friend deploy some shuttles. Maybe they pick them up nearby. I'll see if I can reach out to them. I'll do everything I can.
All right.
Also, Zasper, you know that I only fired once, and it wasn't at a shot.
Jasper knows that's a lie.
Yeah.
Deadass.
Yeah,
Helion
Yeah.
looks very guilty right now.
but that's what like. I mean, you're lying for a reason, and even if it isn't a good one, it's probably not great to point it out in front of someone who's grieving right
Exactly.
now.
Exactly.
Ex Ignis is playing tank. Emotional tank.
Yup.
Yeah.
Emotional tank. I love it. Yeah, as soon as they're out of earshot, like walking out of the med bay, Helion would lean over to Ex Ignis and whisper as quietly as possible, "You did not have to do that."
Zasper, a little less quietly, but telepathically, because they can, just says, "What was that about, Ex Ignis?"
I turn around and look at the both of you. There is no sense in making this harder and more confusing for a person who's just lost someone. There is no sense in carrying as much guilt as you are, Helion. In a sense, I didn't lie at all. I took a shot. And it missed. It hit someone I didn't intend it to hit. Regardless of whether I knew or not, the fact is, blame lies with all of us. It lies with the burn, and nothing we can do can change that or bring her back. Let's not cause more pain than we have.
She was in Helion.
Mm-hmm. I told her I would get her to the shuttle.
Zasper just kind of nods, and heads to the helm, to where they can check for any transmissions here, and if what is the
Murtath?
Murtath? Yeah, to see if they can get any transmission from Murtath, just checking if there's any shuttles coming in or anything like that.
Yeah. Lexi is going to shoot, just communicate with all you and be like, time's coming up for you all to disembark. Well, and for girls' night.
Thanks, Lexi.
And I think before we pick that back up, it's about time for us to take a break.
We're gonna get all emotional.
Guilt.
Wow.
Deception.
Started with memes, and then now I'm going
Emotions.
Dab!
Good shit.
Tap on your
All right.
emotions.
Get some water, take a break. We'll be back in. I'll try to keep it a tight 10 minutes this time. Not that we will be successful. All right. Y'all soon.
Quick round of Among Us.
Let's go.
Let's do it. Hell yeah. Already in a Zoom call. Bye.
Bye, folks.
what if the boss just wins? Alright, we have a D&D Beyond little character creator, and the character creation is free. That's just what it's... Yeah, that's why I was making a different, an alternative point there, because I feel like D&D Beyond gets held back in its efficacy because there are parts of it have to file the book again. How we doing?
Hello. Pretty good. Lots of emotions, lots of guilt.
So much
It's all good.
emotions.
My emotions.
I hate having feelings.
Excellent. I'm sorry for your loss because the rest of this game likely won't help that problem.
Yeah, no, it probably
Alright.
won't.
So, look, the party is currently splitting up, gang.
Always split the pie.
Exignis-
Number one rule.
Zasper is going to the ship of the Order of Heroes, which I didn't name their ship, which is kind of an oversight, to meet with the Omniscient, who wanted Zasper specifically, because supposedly it had some reasoning connected to Viola, the Ronan queen that got eaten by the burn some time back.
Yep.
Exignis is going down to the surface of Murtath to go meet with one designated hunter, someone who from his past, and given that he does not remember anything about who they were, that's kind of interest. And Hellian's just staying for girls' night with Lexi to keep the ship safe.
Yeah.
Ship
Hell
safe.
yeah.
I'm certain nothing will come up there at all.
Everything's gonna be totally fine. We're gonna watch Mean Girls, and then we're gonna watch The Devil Wears Prada, and it's gonna be great.
In fact,
Devil
Izza,
was
actually,
brought
you can just drop off the Zoom call now. Like, we're done with
Bye,
it.
Izza.
Bye.
I'm just gonna ask it this way. Drac, Adam
Yeah.
Lee, who wants to go first?
Let's
me.
roll for it.
Oh, let's roll for it. Great.
I mean, we're on roll 20. We might as well roll a d20, and whoever gets higher goes first.
R
Or whoever gets higher chooses.
Okay. Okay, let's do it.
r/space d20.
Natural 20, mate.
Drac just nat 20s on it. Let's roll for it.
I didn't mean to do that.
I think that
I
means
mean-
your entire campaign is just you. You
Yeah, let's
the rest
go.
of the
Yeah,
campaign
no.
is just you.
I'll go second.
Ooh. Ooh,
That was a
you kind of
choice.
let him flex on you like that?
What a power move.
Like, I just want to prove that I could be, but like, it's fine. Just,
At least warm me up first. Good lord. All right. Let's begin.
All right. So Zasper gets dropped off for his play date with the Omniscient, and Exignis heads down to the surface of Murtath. To the dark side of Murtath, currently, just it's nighttime, but you kind of get to fly and choose which side. In fact, as you approach the road intersection designated, it's in some sleepy, abandoned suburb. And it's a Zavoy suburb, so it's all ramps and there's mucus cleanup, automated mucus cleanup around and all that stuff. It's foggy, it's dark. The stars and the burn are quite visible in the sky, and underneath a flickering street lamp is a figure with a very long duster coat and a hat facing away from you. It does not take you long to recognize that they are your sized, not smaller. A Peacecraft. Or something else.
I love it when Peacecraft wear clothing. I adjust my scarf.
The duster is like this deep forest green. It's very aesthetic.
Oof. All the Peacecraft are aesthetic. I assume you're a hunter?
Who's asking?
I step under the light.
See, you say you're Exignis, but I ain't so sure anymore.
To be frank, neither am I.
Turns to look at you. This Peacecraft is a little more of the Hellion era of creation, where they actually like have a face as the expectation. But it has this big hat pulled down forward to just drape it in shadow. You can see a very chiseled chin, literally chiseled.
Yeah, yes. Again, we are all aesthetic. Different aesthetics, but we're all aesthetic.
Oh yeah. You don't know who you are, do you?
I'm hoping you do.
Horrible what she did to you.
What, who did?
Oh, you haven't figured it out yet? Your own friends lying to you left and right. You got a little too close to the truth.
What do you might... What could you possibly mean?
You were someone who never quite knew when to stop when looking for the truth. There's dangerous shadows down in the servers of PAX. Someone got too close. Someone took you out. Someone close to you. Now, who else is gonna have that kind of information? Someone who knows about the PAX servers. Someone who has easy access to you. I'm just doing simple math here.
Helene wouldn't do that.
You sure? You
She
don't really
understands-
know her, do you?
She understands less of me than I do. I'm gonna roll a perception test. I want to see this guy. I mean, I know he's already kind of shifty, and he's literally shady because of the hat, but I feel like there's more to this.
Sure.
So,
I set complexity. Okay, this is a perception. If you're trying to figure out where he is emotionally, like, because like the two ends of insight are kind of in perception and empathy, or whatever the fuck you can justify. But if it's a mental task, I think it's complexity 3. If it's a social task, I think it's 4.
we're gonna go for a mental task. I really want to know, is this guy trying to sell me on with some story? Because I feel like he is. Ooh, pass.
Ooh, nice. He seems like he is framing this in a way based on what he knows. The vibe you're getting is he's presenting it with more certainty than he has, but you don't think he's lying.
You think that what you're saying is true, but you're not sure, are you?
Who else would have gotten at you?
I haven't told anyone this, but I do know the last registered trip I had out was towards the burn.
Well, obviously you didn't make it there. This kind of stuff doesn't happen with the burn. You just disappear. Someone got to you. Wanted to cover their tracks, and I even know how they did it.
Well, then enlighten me.
He reaches into his jacket, pulls out small for a piececraft, maybe about the size of a human hand, transponder with a little green light. This is a little device that can help connect things. You see, and he places it into your hand. When a piececraft goes under, there's some digital actions that take place.
I'm well aware.
To try to recover lost data. Not always successful. This kind of transponder can ascertain that kind of connection and put into some untoward areas, corrupt certain piece of data that connects to the registry of which consciousness of Peacecraft to reconnect into the new body. One of the situations where it can't figure out where to put it, so it defaults to the first entry on the list.
I'm sorry, what are you saying?
There are some Peacecraft that aren't around any longer. They sided with the Paxons back in the day.
Do you think someone erased me?
I think your recall got corrupted. You're still in there somewhere. Back in the PAX servers. Someone could find you.
And what, you think this thing can?
I know I'm just some shady stranger to you, but we were friends. We worked together for a long time. I'm looking out for you. I think someone got to you. And I think the math adds up in a certain direction. Now, if you aren't so certain, maybe it got soft. They got to you, got to your heart. That's fine.
There are records of
But
me
you had to
working
know.
with. There are records of me working with Hellion since before either of us even had a number. I
You know
don't
what you
think
did?
she would. What did I do?
He, like a bag by the street lamp. He walks over to it, opens up, and pulls out a briefcase-shaped object. And hands it to you. It's long. Open it up.
I think it takes one guess to know exactly what this is. I don't need to open it up.
Alright. Well, that was yours.
Where did you recover it from?
One you were meant to have. As a replacement. Rephrase slightly.
And what happened to the original?
None of your possessions were recovered. Maybe she still got it.
I think that none of her possessions are going to be recovered either, so I highly doubt that.
The point I'm trying to make is that you had a second life doing things that stay off the grid, off the record, dealing with people for hire. So yeah, you may have worked with Hellion for a long time, but she didn't know you. Or maybe she found out and that's why what happened.
You know what I think?
What?
I think you don't know nearly as much as you think you do. I think you see lies and secrets behind every corner. I think that I may have not gotten soft. You may have gotten more hard. And not in a good way.
Ah, you're nothing like how you used to be. You calling me hard? Maybe you don't want to look up who you were.
Maybe I'm not that person anymore.
Choice? Why don't you make an informed choice? And you get a little of a server access code for the Paxton servers. Go ahead. When you find a quiet moment in long distance communications, go look at what you did. Tell me if I'm the hard one. Trying to let you make an informed decision. Just be careful who you trust.
Hunter, if we were friends in the past, I don't wish that to end here. Even if I'm not the same person anymore. I could always use more friends. And I put a very heavy gauntlet onto his shoulder.
Alright. Just don't begin all high and mighty with me, so you know who you are. Afterwards, sure.
Somebody tells me I was always a bit high and mighty.
Yeah. Sufferable piece of shit sometimes.
Goodbye, Hunter.
For now. Oh, and you'll get contracts looking for your name. You want me to keep forwarding them, or what?
Just understand that I will be rejecting some of them. But if the right one comes along, I wouldn't say no.
Well, that's Hellion offer is still on the table. From the other side, at least.
The man may be an asshole, but who wants him dead?
Well, actually, he just got galactic sanctions for trying to suppress a crisis that affected the entire Cypher Prime planet. So, a lot of people want him dead.
Can you track who this is from?
That's not how we do business.
Maybe, but could you?
Of course.
I'll talk to you soon.
If word gets out that we're burning on our contacts, they're gonna dry up pretty fast.
I understand, but I think just for this one, it's important to make an exception.
Alright, I'll get back to you with it. Don't get too soft. I like the scarf, by the way.
Thank you. And don't worry. I think there's only so soft this thing gets, and I knock on my chest.
Dong,
You just-
dong.
And then I head out.
So you have a sniper rifle
Yes, I do.
and an interception transponder.
I think the moment I have the chance, I'm going to check those servers.
That is the kind of thing that you need to go to like the equivalent of a library to do.
I think that's my next location. Just me
Why
and
don't
a
we
sniper
pop
rifle.
over? We're gonna pop back onto our ship. Is Lexi and Hellion hanging out? Are you up to an activity? Paint me a word picture.
So I think, considering she's been left in charge of the ship, Helion is up in the helm. She can't actually sit in the chair, so she just does this thing where she's like sat on the floor with her back pressed up against the wall, but her legs are like up on the console anyway, like crossed over. And she's just kind of like chatting shit at Lexi, like sort of regaling her with old war stories about stuff that her and Ex-Ignis used to do together, like all the ways she's died heroically saving other people and all that kind of stuff.
Is it like some video you're watching, or you just shooting the shit verbally?
I think she's just speaking it because she doesn't have like a video recording device or anything on her. But yeah, like she'd just be like, "Oh, do you want to hear some war stories?" And then if Lexi said yes, it would just, you can't stop her after that.
Right. Lexi's a very good listener.
Yeah.
Maybe to a fault. Well, as you're going through some story, Lexi just puts up one finger and says, "We're getting communication. Verbal connection from an Ark vessel."
Oh. Okay, I'll finish that story later. What? Patch it through.
All right. And she does like a little. You want to stand up first?
Yeah. Gets up, puts her wings up so she looks all cool.
You like a little like. And the screen appears, and you see your little feline friend, big air quotes, of Oravacia, who looks angry.
Oravacia!
So I just found out that not only have you and your ship known where Griza is, you've been transporting him this entire time.
I will say that the planet was being destroyed and we were just trying to save as many lives as possible.
We had a deal.
How do you know this? I know there's no point in lying to you, so how do you know?
Got access to the security file of the hangar that your ship was docked in back on Cypher Prime. Saw Griza boarding.
Well, I wasn't there when it happened. I guess someone wanted to let him on so that he wouldn't die in the burn.
I'm gonna come pick him up now. Is that okay? That was a rhetorical question.
So the captain isn't here right now, so I don't feel like I'm authorized to let you on the ship without their permission. So maybe you could just wait.
Really care, Hellion. We can do this the easy way or the hard way.
Look, I know he's kind of a piece of shit, but he did just lose his entire planet. Like, come on, can't you guys just start fresh from here?
The comm link cuts off.
Fuck. Just gonna send a quick text message to the other two just to
Your
update
ship's
them.
comms are being jammed.
Lexi, can you do anything about that?
With some time, you could de-ship and try to use the spaceport's communication options, but if they get here quickly, that could be a problem.
Yeah.
You could also maybe try to. It seems like it's an MI action, so you'd go into MI space and try to deal with it, with know-how.
I mean, I did do very well at that last time.
Yeah, but this time it's less punching things with your feelings and more like computer knowledge.
Looks at my character sheet. Oh, I love that D4 in computers and engineering. Yeah, that's not really my specialty. I mean, I could try, but I wouldn't want to mess with any integral systems. I mean, I could combine with you again. Would that help? I don't know if I
do
actually
basic
can.
ship functions, and I
actually
keep
can't
the
because I don't
things
have any Nova
working.
points.
Oops. I can do basic ship operations, but when it comes to actively counteracting negative actions against us, I'm really hampered because I have to make sure the ship keeps breathing, so to speak. Imagine if you had to remember to beat your heart in. Fuck, this actually doesn't work. You're a robot. Imagine you weren't a robot and had to do all your normal functions with your brain, which you don't. This is a really bad analogy.
I think I understand what you are trying to say. So basically, that's not an option. Oh, God. I mean, can you tell how far out they are without, or if they disabled that as well?
I can figure that out. They should be here in 30 minutes.
Ah.
There
You know
is
what I could
another
do?
option. Little questionable, but Celian's ship is nearby.
Oh, they are brothers. But he also did just try to blow us up. So
Indeed. We could also just disembark from the spaceport and take evasive maneuvers.
I mean,
But that might end up
could
leaving
also-
Zasper alone with the Order of Heroes.
yeah. I could also, just throwing the idea out there, put Greaser in my storage compartment, fly down to the planet, drop him off somewhere and give him a head start, and then it's just up to him. Don't know why I'm working so hard to protect this guy. I really don't like him. It's the right thing to
Not-
do, right? I should probably protect
not-
him.
But not to be a downer here, but leaving him to fend for his own on a foreign planet from him with Ark going after him doesn't seem a whole lot better than condemning him to whatever they intend to do to him with a delay.
Oh, it's fair.
Well, while you think about that, we're gonna check in with Zasper.
Like they did with Lexi like breaking the fourth wall and saying that. Like, while you're thinking about that, meanwhile.
Zasper, we're just gonna fast forward slightly through docking and shit to when you are in the main fuselage room of the Order of Heroes vessel. There is a lot of that crystal just like on the ground from when the Omniscient broke out of it. It has not been removed.
Good question. This crystal is similar to like the crystallization
Yep.
from
Yep.
those spores? Okay.
Yep.
Ooh, okay.
Broadcott's there. He's in his suit. He's got his tablet. Got his headband. There's some other people running around, and he's gesturing at a door. It's like, in that room is the omniscient Corey. It's what it wants to be called.
Oh, pardon?
What's that?
Does it have a name?
Corey.
Corey. Okay. Okay, I haven't heard.
It demanded absolute silence, so the room is sound sealed.
Okay.
I don't know how it wants you to talk to it.
I mean, I think I have an idea. Okay. I think this whole time Zasper's kind of been like. I mean, I mentioned as a joke before, but like Zasper, and I think Ronan's in general, but Zasper especially is like an example of how 100,000 fairly individual things can be like-minded and harmonious and like work together to do something. I think right now, like they're buzzing, like they're so nervous, have so much nervous energy that they can't even really decide on what shape they should take. So there's kind of like buzzing and vibrating and seem very amorphous right now. But they nod and say, yeah, okay. Other than needing me, have they mentioned anything?
Few things here and there. It talks about hearing a lot of voices in its head.
Okay.
I'm just hoping that this can be a reignition of positive interactions between our order and you as a seemingly suddenly quite important person who has robbed me. I'm just saying I'm willing to bury the hatchet.
We'll see. It really depends on what our friend here has to say.
All right.
Either way.
Just know when you go in there that if anything weird happens, I'm right outside.
You know what? Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll let you know. I don't know what you'd be able to do.
Omniscients aren't gods. They're powerful. They create things. They shape planets and stuff. But like they can bleed. They can die.
Yeah, no, yeah, let's not talk about that right now. I
Right,
imagine
might be
that.
psychic.
Yeah. And then they just head towards the door.
All right. As you look in the door, there's a viewport, and you can see a snake body. In fact, at first it looks like a very large black scaled cobra with its tail curled underneath it, coming up to a very large hood facing away, with two of those like eye spots that are meant to make animals think that they're eyes on the back of their head. But you realize a moment later it's not that. Because actually, what you're looking at is the hunched body of an upper half of a humanoid creature. Those spots on the back of its shoulders. And as you look, it raises its head up, and you see still scaled, but an ear and hair.
So, okay.
And two arms come out from the sides, folding out. So it seems almost it's preparing to receive you.
That's what kind of just like shakes himself. Ooh, okay. Yeah, okay, let's go. And just, I guess, if the door's open, walks in.
As you open the door and slide it, the creature, hooray, they wince. Strongly.
Quickly shut the door.
Two arms grasp over its ears and wait for the room to quiet again. Seems almost the sound is painful.
As quietly as they can. So like instead of taking like actual steps, it's more like scuttling, because like they're bugs, so they kind of just like swarm and scutter and like just kind of ooze over each other as they move towards the omniscient and just kind of waves.
body turns, the tail sliding across the ground, making ever so slight noise, almost like something sliding over sand. And you can see this. Basically, it's a snake lower-bodied creature. The tail is very long, and it comes up to a chest. And the blackened scales pervade across its body. The eyes are dark spheres with what look like shattered glass shot through them, crackling in a blue.
Still, again, being as quiet as possible. They kind of raise their hand, I guess is whatever the closest to their hand they have, and like just above the surface is like more or less flat because like all the bugs stay uniform, but then you just see one bug kind of poke up as if I'm offering a bug to this omniscient.
Reaches out one muscled arm and just very delicately holds it open. Palm up.
And lets it just crawl into their hand.
Bug just works its way up the arm, up the neck, in the ear. One slight twitch.
And still as quietly as you can telepathically, because it doesn't know how sensitive this creature is, but you wanted to see me?
There are voices beyond the curtain.
Beyond the curtain, what does that mean?
Beyond the curtain of fire.
The
Voices.
burn. You said
Hers was the loudest.
Yala.
Yes.
So my planet, is it still there? What is behind? What's past the burn?
So it's loud and it's molded like clay. Once individual shapes slammed together at high speed.
What's she saying? You said her voice is the loudest. What is she saying?
Join.
For
Burn
us to
it, the fire, it connects everything it consumes. And you see its hands are clenched very tightly. And you actually see a little bit of purple blood come out where its fingernails are pushed into its palm. Brings together everything that collides it, and it reacts as it snuffs out the candles of our lives. It feeds and devours for more fire. Like finding like, the yearning of togetherness driving it forward.
That's not our type of togetherness. That's not what Viola would want.
No. But Buzz takes what those who connect with it yearn for, their desires, their wants. More than just her yearning for her kin. If enough minds were to enter it with intention, if hundreds, thousands of minds were to enter it with intention, maybe intention could change.
That's why you wanted to speak to me. 100,000 minds.
touched by it. Nor am I. And there's a very sad smile that touches its face. And the glinting of those crackled lines in its eyes. You recognize they're the same color and hue as the crystals, Orzoids. You think of this creature in its full-sized form getting awoken by blasts from the burn delivered to it time after time, attempt after attempt.
I think even in that moment, a few bugs from Zasper even like drop off because the crystallization process is still kind of happening to some of the bugs on them. How do I know you're... I'm sorry, we just met and you and your kind have a reputation, but I need to ask, how do I know you're telling the truth?
Let you hear it. Their call.
Please.
They close their eyes. And suddenly, all at once, you are inundated with this wash of the last spark of emotion of what you have to imagine is every single person, every single sentience that has been eaten by the burn, and the collective yearning to be elsewhere, to go to the people that they care for and they miss. They had done more. It's a lot. In fact, it's enough that you're going to have to take a negative condition, a moderate one, on either social or mental. But your call, which?
I think that makes sense. Moderate is...
Yeah,
okay,
that's
yeah,
the one that
that
applies to the entire category.
Yeah. Oh, so social, mental.
One of your choice.
Yeah. I think I want to go mental. I think it makes sense for it to be mental. I think in a moment,
Apples taste
like,
good.
I think in a moment, again, like, Zasper had been nervous already, and Zasper's entire... They have been kind of amorphous right now because they just can't really agree or decide on what shape to take. But during that, I think it just becomes worse. Like, they just don't know what to do. They're nervous, scared, confused, feeling everything all at once, and just don't know how to handle it.
And then it stops. And you get a relief, but it's also leaves such a cavern in you.
That was so loud, but I haven't... It's been so long before I felt connected to so many people again.
Have that device. One that can project the burn.
Yeah.
And use it
How?
on both of us. Try to change its intent.
I don't know how. How do I do this though?
You felt it. The burn remembers the moment every single sentient. You were a lot of moments. Zasper, you are made up thousands of moments. Crystals, frozen, suspended, remembering every.
I need to become like them, those crystals, while holding the intention. Is that what you're saying?
Close. Not the crystals. The consumption. Entirely.
I ran away from our home planet when Ark arrived and offered some of us, as much as they could, a home to be in. I was one of the first to run. I didn't stay like the Queen did, and I regret it. I've been trying to make up for it with everything I can, but it doesn't feel like it's been enough. If I can, I'm not going to run away anymore. I'll do it. 100,000 moments.
I guess we have to get back to your ship.
Yeah. Oh, wait, you might have to wait a moment. I notice you don't like sound. I'm not sure how it's going, but we have a lot of refugees on our ship. You might need to get them off first.
Well, one thing that is amazing about space, you can't hear the screaming. And its tail launches into this external viewport, piercing through it to vent all the air out of the room. Your force field just automatically activates. And you see the look of relief on their face. They are embraced by the silence. I think that's a great place to cut away from that particular story. Ooh.
Are you gonna make us follow that, Nat? Are you really
Yeah, I
gonna
was
do
thinking
that?
about making. I was thinking about
really
making you
not fair.
follow that. Actually,
Oh, great. Sure.
So I think you're like on the up ramp to to some grand archive, of the on Murtath, the Zavoy location, and I think you get a little blip on your communication
I check it, obviously.
from Lexi. It's partially you see your smart slab. I think that's what they call it in this game. It's doing the ring. It's like partial data transfer, attempting to defragment, and as it defragments, the only portion of the message you get is "We're in trouble." Space T.
Space T?
Yes.
As in the drinking tea?
No, space T as in the numeral T. Like, that's where it cuts off. That's where the transmission got jammed.
I immediately rush back to the shuttle.
All right. And find out who I was how hope I was in a past life next session after the GMs prepared it.
Wow.
Help, I'm being tortured.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I remember
Look,
watching...
my philosophy is you try not to prepare things you aren't likely to use. So, like,
Sure.
Yeah.
Just a reminder
You get
that
back to
they have a quest game that goes on every Monday, and this is just it. Just all this.
yeah, this bullshit. This bullshit.
I love this so much.
I feel like
That was
I'm
such
being
a good
called
scene.
out.
Yes. Yeah, I rush back to the ship.
So you get back to Blue Streak and launch up towards the home ship. As you launching up into atmosphere, we're going to cut back to Legion 68. Lexi and Hellion.
Next thing Hellion would have asked Lexi to look into is, you know how there were shuttles coming to collect the refugees? Are any of them going to arrive anytime soon?
That's a good thing to check. Lexi pulls up a schedule, and there's literally one set to arrive at the same time Oravasia should be here.
For fuck's sake. Sorry.
I should let you know that I tried to get a message out to our companions before when I first learned about this problem. I'm not sure how much communication went through.
Thank you for trying, at least. I should probably go and speak to Greaser. Because, I mean, I can't make this decision for him, can I? If we're going to attempt anything here.
You see a little Kithuk red and black face just appear in the viewport to the Sector 1. See Greaser waving.
Come on in.
I would remind you there's no oxygen in the room we're in.
Oh, yeah! I will go out to speak to him.
Right. Lexi will just disappear and reappear on the outside of the sector.
Mm-hmm. Greaser.
Yeah. So I got some weird messages from Ark about how I'm under arrest.
Yeah, so I just got a transmission from Evasia. She said that in half an hour they are arriving here to arrest you. So I'm assuming that's a thing you don't want to happen.
Oh, well, you see, my family, remember the Zazcott family? We're not just a family, we're like a family in italics.
Oh, okay, capital F family, okay, I see.
Yeah.
I kind of figured, not gonna lie.
And we don't exactly hide it, you know.
Who am I to judge? But you know, there is one of the shuttles coming for the refugees that should be arriving at almost exactly the same time. There's also Celion's ship relatively nearby.
Yeah, I mean, I've
we
done
could
stuff
take
for
you
Sully in
over
the
there.
past, but this is a kind of a big favor. Also, he's got galactic sanctions put down on him, so like they might be coming for him next.
True.
So if the shuttle is coming from like that direction and Oravasia is coming from that direction, can we just like undock and go towards the shuttle?
I want to say yes, but I don't want to leave Zasper.
Well, what's the chance they come back when we're gone?
Okay, alright.
What's the chances?
What are the chances? Our communications are shut down, so I can't even tell them that that's what I'm doing. But, you know,
Everyone
we can
everyone
be...
back in everyone back in the
quick.
lounge is complaining that the Wi-Fi's broken.
Oh, I know they've all been really into that little video game lately, but they'll just have to wait. Okay,
Which one was
let's...
that?
It's the one where you, like, murder your friends? I don't see the appeal.
Yeah. I mean, like, why not just do that in your imagination, or like read a book about it?
They're playing Amongst We. Drag just put in chat.
You know, you can just throw that in the Twitch chat if you want.
That was meant to be just an inside joke for us, but I mean, I guess you have to tell everyone now. Not everyone's in.
It's okay, I put in Twitch chat right now.
Lexi.
Nice little-
Yeah.
Lexi, what direction are the shuttles coming from and what direction are Ark coming from?
Well, Greaser is just 100% incorrect. Instead of it being that way for the shuttle and that way for Arc, it's that way for the shuttle and that way for Arc.
But they are coming from two completely different directions.
Yeah, and Greaser's like
Fantastic.
broken clock.
Fantastic. I'm about to do something very stupid, but when am I ever not doing that? Let's go chase after the refugee ships.
All right, and you and Lexi go back into the front of ship, and in the void, non-oxygen of that part of the ship, also, he looks at you and goes, "You know that this could be considered aiding an intergalactic criminal."
Yeah, I know.
So we don't tell Zasper, right?
Yeah, we don't tell Zasper. Ex-Ignis will understand.
Standard procedure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna have a little bit of fun and with the controls, and she does some things, and suddenly you feel the sector you're in start to fill up with oxygen. Technically, we weren't supposed to get oxygen until a few hours later, but I think they won't mind. They won't miss some of it in the hangar. Because I don't think we'll be coming back.
Okay.
Anyway.
I mean, you know we don't
no-
need the oxygen in here right now, right?
No, but I really don't want to fly around in the ship missing oxygen. Two parts of the ship in two sectors that I repetitively have to remind the players I don't have oxygen for the rest of the campaign.
That's fair.
That's Lexi. Deadass. Lexi's the GM. Don't worry.
Okay, now we get it. I'm forgetful. Yeah.
Lexi's just Deadpool. Lexi's just the fourth wall breaker of this campaign.
I'm sorry, there's a fourth wall in this campaign? When did this happen?
Yeah, Isa, can you remind me what your name is? Like, I didn't think we ever had a fourth wall.
Nothing. I have no name in this game.
Hellion 420.
Blaze it. Alright, so you disengage from the docking bay. The ship turns around. You hear shouting from back in the lounge area, like, what the heck are we doing? And you hear, cutting through the din, somehow someone saying, I think we should shoot him. And then...
You put your gun down, Hellion yells. Riza, I swear to God, take that gun away from him.
It makes him quieter, trust me.
He talks so much. Like, I don't see how that's possible.
He doesn't, though. He's had like 4 sentences in this campaign.
I know. Hellion just hates him.
And your ship turns around and shoots out of the energy field airlock, you know, Star Wars energy field style.
We'll be back before Zasper even notices we're gone, right?
Well, if we aren't able to come back due to, say, galactic sanctions, then we would probably need to find another way to meet back up with Zasper.
We will cross that bridge when we come to it.
On a unrelated note, I've detected blue streak coming up from the atmosphere.
Oh. Fantastic. That gives me a further idea. Why don't we send the shuttle ahead so that it doesn't look like we fled?
Unfortunately, the shuttle will not be here in time.
Great.
On our current trajectories, the shuttle should arrive at about the same time as Orvasia. Funny how things keep working out like that.
Yeah, funny that. How are our communications looking?
Oh, they're getting better as we're now moving farther away. But they're not clear. We might be able to get a short text comm out.
I'm gonna try to send a message to Ex-Ignis, basically filling him in on everything that's going on and what my stupid plan is.
Alright. And that shoots through. Ignis, it comes through a little distorted. Some of the characters are wrong due to the jamming, but you are able to get the gist.
I send back 3 characters. Question mark, question mark, exclamation point.
So I think
Useless.
the distortion just turns it into 3 question marks.
I'm going to assume that this is because of the communication issues and not that he is actually being this obtuse right now. So, like, chucks her phone down on the counter.
Actually, like Lexi's like, actually the disturbance, interference seems pretty light on this one.
Great. Maybe I'll kill him in return.
It's not an error message. It's just that's mostly what he sent.
My best friend. Really
Well,
has my
maybe
back.
not. I mean, allegedly you did murder him.
What? What?
Said allegedly.
What? Lexi.
No.
Oh,
Sorry, that was Nat talking. That was
Oh,
Nat
sorry.
talking.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Wait, what? This whole time,
Lexi,
Lexi
it's not
secret
that
secrets from
much.
everyone else.
Oh god, that would be hilarious though. That's how I told you.
My face is just going redder and redder.
Alright. Blue Streak has changed trajectory to meet up with us on our current path.
Cool. So I'm assuming he's actually trying to help then. Are we going as fast as we can?
Well, you could, if you went back into the engines and started to work some engineering magic, we might be able to go faster.
Engineering isn't really my thing. Although maybe there's someone back there who could help.
Maybe. You're the only one who'll be familiar with the engines because we had to keep all of the crew out of that sector due to lack of atmosphere.
Yeah, it's just every time I tried to help Zasper with that stuff, I would make it worse. I know I'm mechanical, but I'm not very good at fixing other mechanical things. I have a D4 in engineering.
I got that. That was loud and clear. All right.
I mean, I can try if you think it's not going to be a hindrance.
Oh, it could definitely make things worse. Ship running at full tilt right now, like you could make us explode.
I am going to elect to not do that, and instead I will man the guns in case they catch up with us quicker than we're expecting.
Do we have rear guns on this ship?
Pull up the ship map.
That's what I'm doing. I'm making sure that the people at home can see it too. Is this the ship? No. This was the ship. And I have to actually put you there.
Welcome to the ship.
We do not have
everyone.
rear guns.
We have a pivot gun, don't we?
Yeah, pivot gets an whole arc.
An arc. Well, we always expect to be, facing. I don't know why, when we're constantly flying from the burn, did we not think to put guns?
I mean, shooting the burn wouldn't really do anything.
We're not a combat ship. We're not meant to be a combat ship. We just take refugees and transport them somewhere
Speak
safer.
for thyself. I'm always shooting something. It's just on camera.
All right. So, look at me. I think while this is happening, Zasper.
Yes.
Yeah. So immediately following breaking that viewport, the Omniscient takes its arms and pushes them apart, and the break in the glass starts to rend out as a part of the ship's bulkhead opens up to the void of space. They turn back and hold out a hand to you.
They're a bit hesitant at first, mainly because they have no idea how this ship is handling the fact that the back of it's got ripped open. Can I see anything through the like viewport? I think I remember you saying there's a viewport into the room, so I probably
Back
can look
into
out.
the other room.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, everything seems calm back there.
I mean, it is soundproof. I guess they wouldn't hear it. And now there is literally no medium for the sound to travel through. I mean, yeah, if I'm not seeing any flashing lights or anything that seems like they're on high alert now that there's a hole in their ship, I'm gonna take the hand, I guess. Which isn't really helpful because there's just a bunch of beetles that just place in their hand.
But the beetles can like link up to connect to other beetles.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is really important as this omniscient then just flies. This thing can just fly.
Oh, okay. Where are we going? Just straight there on our own? Like, do not have time to say anything? Like, goodbyes or anything like that?
Going to your ship?
Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Because...
That's where the device is, right?
Yeah. I'm still a little bit confused about that. We're going into the burn, right?
The burn that device creates and the burn that we see curtaining the galaxy are one and the same. This is merely the quickest path.
Okay. Don't tell my crew.
You intend to steal it from the ship then?
Yeah. I think probably best.
If you think that's what you need.
Yeah.
At which point you get a message, Zasper, on your smart slab. It's partially scrambled due to jamming, but it's from Lexi, which comes out to approximately the situation, and we're on the move. And it gives a collection of numbers delineating the heading of the ship.
How long was I gone for? I was gone for like, what, 10 minutes? And they got in so much trouble. Oh, God.
In fact, you can actually see your ship rocketing towards you as your smart slab like does the little projections on the heading to like now. It's like, oh, it should be right over. Oh,
I just
right at
message. I messaged back. I managed to get a ride with a question mark. A ride. We're gonna try and see if we can intercept and dock again with a question mark. If our paths interact.
So as you're doing that, as you're going to hit send, another wave of jamming hits as the Order of Heroes recognize that you've just yeeted yourself out of their fuselage with their omniscient, and would also not like that to be public knowledge. And if two overlapping interference patterns, it's just like wall,
Yeah,
like trying to text concrete. You could roll computers to try to navigate through it. That is something you could do.
Yeah, I might as well. I haven't rolled anything today other than that I'm D20.
All right.
My computer's pretty good.
With the difficulty here, what are you trying to send? I feel like how complex of a thing you're trying to send it matters here. It's not like you're trying to shoot a video, you know?
Yeah. Instead of just like a full-on message, can I just do a ping? Just to let them know, like, I'm here and I'm moving towards you.
Yeah, totally.
And
I
from
think
that, I
that's
can like just figure out a
I think
path.
that's just gonna be complexity too. If it's just literally one location ping.
Yeah, it's like a location. I guess more like location ping and trajectory ping, basically. So like,
Okay.
basically I ping twice, and they can use that to figure out what direction and
Sure.
trajectory I'm moving in, something like that.
Yeah, sure.
Oh wait, I just realized. I am. It's one complexity level higher because of my condition.
Yep.
So you said 2, so it would be a
Because
3.
the
but it
sound
wasn't
of the
3,
burn was loud.
yeah, so it'd be computers, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank God.
Hell yeah. as you are approaching from alternate directions, either Lexi and Hellion, you get a little ding ding, and they just literally makes the noise like a little bing bing. And Lexi got a ping from Zasper. They're in orbit. We're approaching them quite quickly.
Are they in a ship?
There's no ship detection in that area.
Are they alive?
This could be a distress signal with jamming in the area. This might have been their last gasp of breath, but they'd need to have their their force field damaged for that to happen. Maybe the Relcott decided to space them or something. Maybe it was a trap. They could be dead.
I'm not going to entertain that thought.
At which point,
what did they say?
They didn't say anything. It was just a location ping. Too much jamming in the area. At which point, you see a big, heavy laser go past your viewport at the front, shooting just over the top of the ship. And it seems we have company.
Is that Arabasia?
Let me pull up a picture. Yes.
Fantastic. So have they like caught up to us more quickly than we expected, or are they still quite far away but just shooting at us?
It seems their ships. For my models, I use standard arc chase vessels. It seems that they have put in some upgrades.
Okay. Can we try and communicate with them?
We totally can, although right now they're trying to MI hack us.
You just, put me through to her. I'm gonna try and talk her down, which is not my thing at all, but let's try it.
Alright, I put together a request. They're clearing a channel, and here we go. And a picture, kind of shaky. Here's.
Enough lives have been lost recently. Can we not just end this? Is it really necessary?
I don't take kind of the people who cross me and then run.
I don't want to have any more lives of the people on that planet on my hands. Can we please just put him on a shuttle? He'll be going far away from here. There are other people on this ship.
You're telling me to let him go.
Yes! Come on.
Okay, why don't you roll me something?
I don't know what.
So this is definitely suave, actually. Like the way.
Oh, cool! I have a good die in that.
I'm trying to convince you to come around to my side of things. But given the circumstances and her, so normally when you roll against NPC, you roll against their number as complexity. But I think circumstances are going to heighten it slightly, so that's going to be complexity 5.
Oh God! Okay, I've got a D10. Never mind.
You got close. You got close.
Yeah, I got really close.
Wait, hold on. No. You don't start every combat with an advantage, I forgot.
No.
Also,
although I did learn since our last session that I'm supposed to start every combat with 2 not fallout. What are they called? Fallout
points? Collapse
points. I'm like Fallout points, but like Fallout Boy? I think I would have made that connection earlier.
2?
Fallout New Vegas.
2, you start every combat with. We'd be dead by now.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna put it down to 1 because there's only 3 of you.
Yeah.
But new system, still learning. Also, apparently when your ship takes damage, it's not supposed to just do damage to the ship. It's supposed to roll a die, and it's like a 50-50 where it does damage or it causes problems.
Okay.
Learned that too.
She will.
That makes so much sense because the ship only has like 3 health. Like,
yeah.
it does not have much health.
So it's
Oh,
like
God.
I
1
now
to 3
have
the
more
ship
hit
saves.
points than the ship because I
Yeah.
now have 4 hit points.
So now the ship has 5.
1 to 3, the ship takes damage. 4, it's caused of fire. 5, it breaches the hull. 6, it disables a module.
Okay.
Or something like that.
Helion will still be trying to convince her nonetheless and just say, look, he's a refugee now just like the rest of them. Can we please just get them to the refugee ships?
Look, Hellion 420. We're gonna lay this down really simply for you. You have a lot of people who are innocent on that ship, and a couple people.
Yeah, I
who
know,
aren't.
and you're shooting at them right
so
now.
you're going to make a very simple choice here, then. Save
Are
lives.
you
or lose
seriously? Are you seriously going to shoot on a ship full of innocent refugees just to get one man? Are you going to risk destroying this entire
them.
ship full of
You've
innocent people for
endangered
him?
all of them by fleeing.
You've endangered all of them by firing on us.
Been warning shots so far. Don't make me change that. And it shoot turns off. I think right about then, we're gonna go back to Zasper and Corey, and they are both flying through the void of space, and in the circumstances, there are lasers flying, and one of them finally clips the ship. Like, not enough to actually do damage because not in proper space combat yet, but like enough to rumble and freak everyone the fuck out.
Shit, no. Do you think, can you move any
and as-
faster?
With that explosion in the background, you're actually approaching right quickly. Because fun fact, spaceships move really fast.
Oh yeah.
Who knew?
And you in the void of space, completely undetectable to the ship sensors, are about to buzz right by the ship. What are you gonna try to do as that happens?
Okay, I want to do 2 things, as like in
Sure.
quick succession. One, I want to, if I can, I'm gonna try and send another message.
So once you get to this proximity, I think you can just telepathy to Hellion.
Okay, yeah, no, I'll just use telepathy then. See,
Can't
Hellion,
jam
I'm
that
right.
shit.
That's very true. Helen, I'm right next to you.
So-
Can you detect anything? I'm
I do
not in a
want
ship.
I do want to clarify. You're in a situation where you're going to have like, milliseconds, like half a second or something as the ship buzzes by. So if you are using
Okay.
telepathy, they're not gonna have time to react before you're gone.
Okay. What can I do? I actually don't know what I can do right now. I've got a question.
Yeah. I'm really liking
Um,
this song right now.
How long can you survive? How long would I survive without air?
Actually, fun fact. You're bugs, so I don't know about that. But a human can
Yeah.
survive like a solid minute without lasting damage in the void of space.
Also, you're more likely.
And,
to
like
die
you'll have
from
temporary
proximity.
damage, but you won't have permanent damage.
Yeah.
Bugs, okay, probably a little less, but like let's say it's about the same.
Yeah. Well, I want to. Oh god damn it! This is too much. Okay, I'm just gonna. Okay, I've got an idea. It probably won't work. I
We
don't
love
know.
those. We love
But
those.
I'm going to. Oh wait, I can't do that either because I don't have a Nova point. Fuck.
You all have Nova points. It's session 5.
I spent
Because
mine.
we keep using them all.
Yeah. Oh fuck. I'm going to. You know what? Why not? This is sci-fi. I've seen stuff like this happen in shows. I'm going to let go of Corey and see if I can just basically grab onto the ship as it sort of speeds by. That's all I can think of.
Sure.
I have no fucking
Sure.
clue.
So that's athletics. Unless you have another idea, because technically you decide. I don't. The way this game works, technically you decide what skill you're using.
Athletic works. I can go with athletics.
What complexity is this? So the maximum is 7.
I mean, I do want to say that I made up 100,000 bugs. I have 100,000 tries.
No.
Yeah, like
That's
how
not
many
how
of
it
them need
works.
to make it through? How many of them need to? How many of them need to latch? So there's actually another aspect that I have not revealed yet that'll help you do this. So I'm actually going to set the complexity at 4.
Ooh, I mean, I don't have any like damage, but this is nerve-wracking. Okay. Oh.
All right. Gonna offer you a bargain here, Drek. You can see that this isn't gonna go entirely well, and just miss. Entirely miss the ship, be fine. Or you can double down, roll a complexity 3. If you fail that, you die. If you succeed, you take 2 health levels of damage, and enough of you clings on to count. I mean dead, like straight up.
Yeah, straight up dead. No, yeah.
So, we've already had one PC die.
And I think I'm gonna go with just misses.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you make a valiant effort. And Kore reaches out one of their hands and holds it, and you can feel yourself actually changing acceleration rapidly as all the little bugs in your swarm, that's what I'm looking for, try to approach matching speed. But it's just a fraction of what you need, and it's still not enough as you slide by.
Shit.
The ship rocketing right by this snake-bodied omniscient and this swarm of beetles floating in the air in an amorphous amoeboid shape. And then quite quickly approaching, or the ship's in chase as a laser goes by, illuminating Jasper for a moment. That's where we're gonna end the session.
Oh god, that was a oh. Half part of me was very tempted to be like, I'm gonna risk it, but, but after that whole thing of like, we need to go into the burn, I'm like, yeah, I don't wanna risk that.
We run away into the burn.
We link arms, have really good intentions, and just do it.
This isn't the Wizard of Oz.
But it is sci-fi, so it could be like Guardians of the Galaxy if we all
I
hold
mean, it's not even
hands.
the sci-fi, it's science fantasy. So they very well easily could be like that.
I mean, and there's magic in this world.
Yeah.
I mean, what just last session Izza punched someone with her emotions.
I did. It was great.
Yeah, that is very true.
So I think a dance-off would solve this problem.
Yeah, just a dance off with the burn.
Yeah. Helion is about to like. She's just like, I don't want to be responsible for people dying. Should I just stop? But we'll see what Zasper and Exignis do. That might change her mind.
Nothing good.
Ooh, this is intense. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
I
should
legitimately
say
was,
goodbye.
like sat there, was like, I don't know what I can do in this situation. Like, I have nothing.
We should say goodbye, everyone.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. We're
Still
starting our
like-
decompression now. We have time for that after.
So, this was the Trio Bryte, session 5. In case you didn't notice, next session is our last one. And here I was worried we weren't going to have something worthy of finale energy. I've been the GM, Nat. I played all the characters that weren't these three beautiful people. I had a lovely time staring into the abyss of Oblivion with Drac and Izza and Adam today, but mostly Drac especially.
Yeah, I could tell you. Yeah.
You can,
Tell you
if you
picking
like
on
It's
me.
that.
okay,
I'm
Adam
down
Ali.
for it.
We'll start our own Burn Bright campaign.
Yeah.
Jack and hookers.
And it will be great.
If you liked that, you can catch more of this bullshit on Mondays at 6:30 Eastern Time for Quest the Soaring City. Is also in that one, in case you like her too. And if you want to follow me and see other shit I do, you can go on Twitter at CrimeNat, KREIMNAT. I also do freelance editing, web design, writing, all that shit. That's me. Why don't we toss it over to Drac?
Okay, hi, I'm Draconics, or Drac for short, because it's just easier to say and much easier to spell. I've been Zasper, and I did not expect anything Nat threw at me. It was intense and great. I love it. I'm so excited for next week. You can find me on Twitter at Draconics. That's DRAKONIQUES. I'm also all over the place. I stream all over the place. I'm over on Encounter Roleplay every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern in an iHunt campaign. And I think next week is actually the finale of the iHunt campaign, which is going to be interesting. We got locked in a cellar while rescuing people by a vampire. So we're probably going to have to fight those things. It's going to be great. Right after that, on Wednesday as well, from 9 p.m. Eastern to 12 p.m. Eastern, you can find me over on Rule of Law channel in a Cypher System campaign called Infinite Horizon, where I play a time-traveling lizard alien, which is a lot of fun. It's great. Time paradoxes, so many stuff is happening. I just learned that Doom timelines are a thing. So when I time travel, it doesn't just eradicate that timeline. That one still exists with everything doomed. So I'm facing the consequences of my actions with that. You can find me every Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern over on Screw the Bars channel playing a D&D campaign called Heroes of Eastera, where I play a Warforged monk. Again, very JoJo reference, the way of the astral self. So obviously, you have to make all of the references there. And you can find me here next week for the finale of the Trio Bryte at 6 p.m. Eastern. It's just dawned on me that it's the finale. I'm kind of sad.
Yeah, right.
After this, none of us will ever see each other ever again. It's gonna be
Ever
awful.
again, like never. Other than that, you can also hear my voice in our actual play podcast I'm in called Super Idols RPG, where I play super magical boy idol kind of thing. So it's a mesh. It's great. It's a lot of fun. We just recorded a season finale a week or two ago, and we had a session 0 of a new player who's going to be a part of the group. It's going to be a lot of fun. So keep an ear out for that. Other than that, I think that's it. I might have other things going on, but I can't remember them all.
Hell yeah. Adam Lee?
Hey, my name is Adam Ali, also known as Werewolf Feels, also known as the TTRPG writer Norden Ali Kadir. You can find my Twitter account at Werewolf Feels, where I talk about my feelings as a werewolf, but also, announce whatever I've got coming up next. You can find me on Asians Represent, along with Izza, deconstructing Al Qadim, the module based on. I'm just gonna say brown people. For Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, along with their wrap-up series where I appear from time to time as a recurring guest. The next episode of Cyberpunk probably won't be there unless something terrible happens, but you should probably still check it out, because having a lot of Asian people talk about Cyberpunk's a very important thing, and you should see it to believe it, because it's bad. In addition to that, I'm writing on a couple of projects right now. I'm always available for more freelancing work, and I am also regularly on Off the Tables, all BIMPOC stream of Monster of the Week called The Burn Bunch, where I play Mikhail, which has been super fun. We also have our finale coming up.
A lot of that going around lately. Yeah.
And we look forward to seeing you there. There's always new things. Follow me on Twitter. Yeah. God, this episode's been
Quest.
weird.
Yeah, even Quest is only 2 more sessions of over this season.
Yeah. And then all of you just get executed. It's gonna be awful.
I mean, Faris genuinely could.
At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if Faris did. Izza, go.
Yeah, hey, I'm Izza. I've played Helion 420, my beautiful meme robot girl. I love her. You can also find me at Evil Clever Dog on Twitter and Instagram and YouTube, where I post cosplay and crafting related videos. I just posted a video about my Miss Marvel cosplay, and I'm currently working on the Stygian blade from Hades, so expect that video coming probably like early January, mid-January, something like that. And you can also find me, as has already been said, on Mondays on Chromatic Chimera, streaming Quest the Soaring City, as well as for the finale of this next Saturday, as well as that on next Friday is the part 2 of the two-shot, me and Dracarin, the Legends the Superhero RPG two-shot. It's fine, I got you, bro. Yeah, we had the first episode of that. It was so much fun. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the rest of that. Sad it's only a two-shot, but you know,
for now.
And then also next Saturday is the next episode of Critical Read Al-Qadim. That's on Saturday the 19th as well. So me and Adam Ali will once again be seeing each other twice in one day. Will we be sick of each other by that point? Who knows? Could tune in next week to find out.
That'll never happen. It cannot possibly be ever sick of each other.
And you can also find me on Wednesdays streaming Pokemon Soul Silver on my friend Finn's Twitch channel. That's twitch.tv/FinnTheBin. It's just like a cool, casual, fun stream where we chat shit about Pokemon constantly. It's great fun. Yeah, I think that's all my things. So yeah.
And we at Chromatic Chimera are happy to be sponsored by a bunch of lovely people, like Pelgrane Press, the makers of 13th Age, Tabletop Loot, Heartbeat Dice, Artisan Builds, and Adventure Game, the makers of the Quest TTRPG. Also, Bryte, particularly, we are part of the Roll20 Spotlight program, and we'd just like to thank Roll20 for that. That's all we got for you this week. Vamp, as I try to reopen Streamlabs, it's been good.
I mean, quick plug, real quick, I completely forgot.
Yeah.
I'm also the co-founder and the event organizer of Friends Who Roll Dice, and we're doing a month-long charity event. We're just raising money for the Philippines because they've been hit by quite a lot of typhoons this year, and one of them being the biggest ever recorded. And having to deal with that and a pandemic is hard. We can barely handle the pandemic on its own, so them having to deal with natural disasters as well as one is rough. So we're trying to do what we can to raise money. So if you follow Friends Who Roll Dice on Twitter, which is Friends Roll Dice on Twitter, or Friends Who Roll Dice on Twitch, we have a Spotify link where you can donate any amount you can. Every little helps. If you can't donate, tell someone who can. Just please give anything you can. I know it's been rough for a lot of people financially, but if you do have anything to give, please do.
Oh yeah. Ready to go _JG. Good person. Oh,
Yeah,
unless I
Jess.
cannot remember the raid command properly.
I think that.
Isn't it an exclamation mark?
No. Exclamation mark is for bots. The forward slash is on the is first, I think, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, /
raid.
Or do I just need to do the at?
The
ad?
We're professionals here.
I think it's / raid and then go _JG should work if I remember correctly.
Did you know we had a 13th Age campaign? It's wonderful.
It is good. Yeah, it is /raid.
Hey, got there eventually.
There we go. We're raiding. Tuesday.
Oh god!
We actually one day stream a game on Tuesday.
Have you streamed a game on Tuesday?
Never.
We need to make it happen.
So for the longest
Pokemon
time,
streams used to be on Tuesday.
For the longest time, we had in-person movie night on Tuesday nights, so it was always like can't do streams that night, and that's fallen apart with the pandemic. But since then, nothing has risen to take its place.
It makes sense. I am going to sleep because I'm actually very exhausted, so I'm gonna head down. Yeah, It was great
was
playing with you.
hella
I'm
fun,
very
though.
excited for next week. I'm so nervous. I have no fucking idea what you have planned for us in that.
I'm terrified.
Yeah,
I'm
what the
scared.
fuck? Helion would never ever murder Ex Ignis. That's so mean. I
Oh,
can't believe
God.
you'd do that.
Did you,
Yeah.
just clarify? Did y'all like come up with a secret backstory behind the scenes?
The thing is, I was gonna come up with one for Zasper, but then I got caught up with everything because I'm still like I'm still want to. I organized the streams and everything that's going on Friends for Dice, so I completely forgot to follow up on any of the plans that I was gonna run by.
Yeah,
Nat.
I totally haven't done a proper backstory for Helion
like,
for this.
Like when Nat has been giving me stuff with everything Nat gave us in this game, I was like, okay, well, I'm going with it then. I'm just gonna run with it.
Yeah, no,
all-
I'm just tossing shit on the table. Like, you like this shit? How about some other shit? How
I
about some
know
other
Ex
shit?
Ignis's entire backstory up to the point where he loses his memory. Then I don't know anything. So I know how I have about like 3 months. 4 months.
Yeah, I'm gonna head out though. Good night.
Night.
That's bad. Night. Fucking Greaser. I don't even give a shit about him, man. Bobby was like, could just give him up. Don't really care about him that much. But then it wouldn't be
yeah.
exciting.